What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn and I'm back with a new video on today, July 21st. Yesterday was July 20th and it was the 1-year anniversary of the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner, and so I pray that he rests in peace. Malcolm Jamal Warner's widow, Tanisha, is now taking his mother to court over more than $1.2 million that she says that she was promised before they got married, and he never fulfilled his promise. We're going to get into that in this video, but first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribe to this channel and my crime channel, Crime and Context with Layla Lynn. Alright, you guys, so Malcolm Jamal Warner, best known for playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, tragically passed away in Costa Rica last year, July 20th, 2025, while he was on vacation, and at the time he was 54 years old. On Monday, yesterday, which marked the 1-year anniversary of his passing, his widow, 48-year-old Tanisha Warner, filed a lawsuit in DeKalb County Superior Court against his mother, Pamela Warner. Now, Miss Warner is currently serving, and when I say Miss, I'm referring to his mother. Miss Pamela Warner is currently serving as a successor trustee of the Warner Family Trust, which Malcolm Jamal originally established in 1996. So this is different from his estate. This is a trust. This is a family trust that he established. According to his widow's lawsuit, she's entitled to at least $1.2 million from that trust because that money represents what Malcolm Jamal allegedly promised to provide under their May 2022 prenuptial agreement. So Tanisha claims that because Malcolm Jamal did not fulfill those obligations before his passing, she's now legally considered a creditor of his estate. But the problem now, a creditor of his estate. But the problem, according to her complaint, is that Malcolm Jamal's actual estate currently has no representative. She's not the representative of his estate. There's no representative. And it might not have enough assets to satisfy everything she says that she is owed under their prenuptial agreement. So Tanisha is arguing that the assets held inside the California-based Warner Family Trust should be used to cover Malcolm Jamal's alleged debt to her. And she also claims her rights are especially vulnerable because the administration of his estate is currently being contested. Now, the news doesn't get into the details of who is contesting the administration of his estate. It sounds like it might be between his mother and his wife, but we don't know. The lawsuit says plaintiff performed all obligations required of her under the agreement, including entering into and remaining in the marriage until the decedent's passing away. The decedent passed away without having satisfied his obligations under the agreement, and no person or entity has paid or provided the sums due to plaintiff under the agreement. Attempts to reach Malcolm Jamal's mother, Pamela Warner, who lives in California, were unsuccessful on Monday. Tanisha Warner's attorney also did not respond to questions about the lawsuit. As part of the case, Tanisha is asking the court to prevent Pamela from distributing any of the trust property until the dispute is resolved. So even if there's another creditor attempting to get money from the family trust, she wants that to be blocked until this is settled. The lawsuit includes a copy of the couple's prenuptial agreement, which was signed approximately 1 week before Malcolm Jamal and Tanisha got married in May of 2022. Now, I have learned this from that divorce attorney that's on YouTube. A prenuptial is stronger if it's signed earlier. Like the earlier the prenuptial is signed, like 6 months ahead of the wedding, 8 months ahead of the wedding, it's stronger than 1 week, because when it's signed 1 week or even 1 day, like Candy and Todd, it gives a feeling of pressure. Like this person felt they had to sign it in order to marry the love of their life. Like it gives a feeling of pressure. So the fact that this was signed 1 week before tells you that there may have been some type of dispute or disagreement about the contents of the prenup, but it was signed. And it was signed 1 week before they got married in May of 2022. So they were married approximately 3 years. At the time the agreement was signed, Malcolm Jamal's annual income was estimated to be around $680,000, while his net worth was listed at approximately $3.4 million. Tanisha who was formerly Tanisha Hancock, was described as an unemployed graduate student who was pursuing a doctorate in clinical psychology. Now, it doesn't get into whether she actually started practicing in her field, but I feel like that's going to come up, like her income and her work. I feel like that's going to come up at some point down the line. But they say she was also pregnant with the couple's second child at the time of their wedding and reportedly had a net worth of $0. The agreement states that Malcolm Jamal and Tanisha had been dating for approximately 5 years and had lived together throughout that time in properties he owned in Atlanta and Los Angeles. It also states that the couple welcomed a daughter in May of 2017. That would be their oldest daughter. And then Malcolm Jamal had no other biological children except for the children that he had with her. Under the prenup, Malcolm Jamal was supposed to purchase and maintain a $1 million life insurance policy on himself, with Tanisha named as the sole beneficiary. So that's where you get $1 million from. He also agreed to purchase a separate $1 million life insurance policy on Tanisha's life, naming the beneficiary of her choice. Tanisha claims that neither one of those policies was ever secured. She also alleges that Malcolm Jamal failed to pay her $5,000 per month for serving as his chief of staff, even though that payment was reportedly included in their agreement. So basically, he was supposed to pay her, I almost want to call it an allowance, a $5,000 a month allowance or payment salary. You know, legally, I guess it would be considered a salary if he's naming her his chief of staff. In addition to the monthly payments, he was supposed to give her $16,000 every year on their wedding anniversary. So you can think of it like a job, like, you know how some of you, I'm sure, get bonuses every year. She was supposed to get a $16,000 bonus every year on their wedding anniversary because, again, technically, she's his chief of staff. Tanisha further claims that Malcolm Jamal failed to establish and fund a tax-free retirement account for her and did not maintain college savings accounts for their children as promised. Altogether, then, $1,276,042 along with interest and attorney fees. Now, at the same time that she filed this lawsuit against his mother, Ms. Pamela Warner, Tanisha also submitted a creditor's claim against Malcolm Jamal's estate in DeKalb County Probate Court, seeking the same amount. But again, as I said previously, she doesn't believe his estate has the assets to cover the debt, and that's why she is pursuing the family trust. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I want to know why he didn't do these things while he was living. Like, was he the type of person that felt like there's always tomorrow? Like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to set it up. There's always tomorrow. Was he that type of person, or was there a reason? We're going to follow this case and see what comes out, what comes of it. If we get answers to those type of questions, why he didn't do this when he was alive. We'll see if we hear about that. So y'all leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and as always, thanks for watching.